Hello, students. Today, we're going to learn about the parts of a request letter. A request letter is a formal type of letter that asks for something, whether it's for permission, information, or assistance. It's essential to understand how to structure a request letter correctly so that it remains clear, professional, and polite. We'll break down each section of the letter and explain its purpose. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to confidently write your own request letters. Let's begin with the heading. The heading typically includes the return address, which is where the sender is located. This is usually written at the top left corner of the letter. Here's what should be included: your name or the organization's name, your street address, your city, state, and zip code, the date the letter is written. For example, Juan Santos, 123 Tambo Street, Quezon City, 1000, March 3rd, 2025. The date should always be included in the heading to show when the letter was written. Next, we move on to the recipient's address. This is the address of the person or organization you are writing to. It should be placed just below the date on the left side of the page. Include the recipient's name. You can use their title if applicable, like Mr., Miss, or Doctor. The recipient's title or position, if necessary. The company or organization name, if applicable. And their address, including street, city, and zip code. For example, Ms. Jane Reyes, Human Resources Manager, ABC Corporation, 456 Exchange Road, Manila, 1010. Now, let's talk about the salutation. The salutation is a greeting at the beginning of the letter. It's polite to use a formal greeting when writing a request letter. The most common salutations are Dear, then the title of the person, followed by his or her last name. For example, Dear Mr. Reyes. If you don't know the person's name, you can use Dear Sir or Madam. Remember, after the salutation, put a comma. The body text is the heart of your request letter. This is where you make your request and explain why you're making it. Let's break it down into 3 parts. First is introduction. In the first paragraph, introduce yourself, if necessary, and state the purpose of your letter. Be clear and concise about what you are asking for. For example, I am writing to request a leave of absence for 1 week due to personal reasons. Next is details. In the next paragraph, explain your request in more detail. Provide any relevant context that can help the recipient understand why you are making the request. For example, I have planned a trip to attend a family event from April 10th to April 17th and will be unavailable during this period. Then polite conclusion. In the final paragraph, restate your request politely and express gratitude for the recipient's time and consideration. For example, I would greatly appreciate your approval of this request, and I am happy to discuss any further details if necessary. Thank you for your understanding. Make sure the tone is respectful and courteous throughout the letter. After the body of your letter, it's time for the complimentary close. This is the polite ending to your letter, just before the signature block. Common complimentary closes include "Sincerely," "Best regards," or "Yours faithfully," which is used in more formal letters. Make sure to leave a few lines after the complimentary close for your signature. The signature block is where you sign your name. Write your full name here, and if applicable, your title or position. If you're sending an email, you can include your electronic signature or typed name. If you are sending a printed letter, sign it in ink. For example, "Sincerely, John Wick, Marketing Manager." Finally, we have end notations. These are optional parts of a request letter and include enclosures. If you are including any documents with your letter, such as a form or report, you can write enclosure or enclosures followed by a list of the documents. For example, enclosure, leave request form. CC or carbon copy. If you are sending a copy of the letter to someone else, write CC followed by their name at the bottom of the letter. For example, CC Jane Reyes, HR Department. And that's it. You've now learned about the parts of a request letter, from the heading all the way to the end notations. Remember, a request letter is a formal way of asking for something, and it's important to structure it properly to make a professional impression. Practice writing your own request letters, and soon you'll be able to write them with ease. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your writing.